You know what America needs now? More arguments about religion. Let's see if we can help out on this week's episode of the Errorogenous Zone. Back in mid-July, Michael wrote in after we asked about the U word that's a synonym for ointment, as in fly in the ointment. We accepted unguent, but not unction, even though they do both kind of mean ointment. The problem is that unction is a particular type of ointment, specifically the religious kind that you use in anointing. Which, there's that oint again, the Middle English version of unctio, which is the Latin root of every single word we're talking about here. So there's still a little bit of confusion. Really what this boils down to is the religious unction the kind that the phrase is talking about, fly in the ointment? And the answer is, no, it's not. If we look at the King James Version of the Bible, which gave us this phrase and so many others, we'll find a verse in Ecclesiastes. Dead flies cause the ointment of the apothecary to send forth a stinking savour. So doth a little folly him that is in reputation for wisdom and honour. The ointment of the apothecary, that's just regular old drugstore unguent, not unction. Sorry, Michael. All the way back in April we asked, what term for the Eucharist has come to mean the whole Catholic service? It was part of a 3-point round 8 question that eventually gave the answer force equals mass times acceleration, so of course we were looking for mass. But Anne said the words mass and Eucharist mean totally different things. One from the Latin for send forth, the other from the Greek for thanksgiving. Which is true, and completely irrelevant. Our question was correct. Both Mass and Eucharist technically only refer to the latter half of a church service, the part where they pass out the bread and the wine. But nobody wants to say it's time to go celebrate the liturgy of the word and the liturgy of the table, so to save time we just use the words Mass and Eucharist. By the way, the Catholics aren't the only ones who divide up their service that way, and that segues nicely into... In June, we asked Nobel-winning Bishop Desmond Tutu is a member of what sect that grew out of the Church of England? The answer was Anglican, but Chris thought we should have accepted Episcopalian as well. For this, we need a bit of history. The Anglican Communion grew out of the Church of England, which of course started when Henry VIII needed some special moral allowances that the Pope wasn't keen to provide. The Church's first offshoot province was in America, and we would probably still call it the Anglican Church today if it weren't for that whole Revolutionary War thing. After that, it felt silly to still be called the Church of England, as it was, and to still be praying for the king every week. So, these American Anglicans whipped up a whole new Book of Common Prayer and picked a brand new name. Since the chief authority in the church is at the diocesan level, they picked Episcopal Church, i.e. the Church of Bishops. And all that's well and good, except that Desmond Tutu is not American. He's South African. He was in fact the Archbishop of what we now call the Anglican Church of Southern Africa. Not the Episcopal Church of Southern Africa, because believe me, South Africa has a fraught history with England too. They just aren't quite as chippy about it as we were in 1789. So yes, nowadays the overall whole sect is called the Anglican Communion, and the Episcopal Church is one little part of it. One little part that Desmond Tutu has nothing to do with. And that'll do it for this week. Go in peace to love and play the quiz. Bye.